Has someone in your life inspired you to greater heights? Or perhaps caused you to make a major change? Do you ever think about what makes them special? Or perhaps why you were so affected by them and their speech? In Adele's speech today, she hopes to inspire us all to become the type of person who motivates others to greatness. Please welcome Adele Be Inspiring.
It's so hard to be inspiring on a morning like this. But some people find the rain rather demulcent. I once attended a lecture where the speaker announced that we essentially stay the same, personality-wise, throughout our lives, except for 3 things that cause us to make changes. The first one is books that we read. The second one is people that we meet. And the third one is things that we listen for and to. Now, the speaker happened to be a former professor of mine, so full disclosure, he wasn't one of my favorite professors. So after he made this statement, I spent the rest of the lecture kind of going back, replaying my life to try to disprove his theory. Long story short, he was right. So I'm saving you a lot of reflection. It's the last 2 things that he talked about that I want to address here today. And those are the people that we meet and the things that we listen for and to. So how many of us have gone to a motivational speaking event or heard a speaker that inspired us to go home and go, wow, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to do that. How many of us have done that? I'm one of those too. As a matter of fact, every morning now I wake up and I drink a glass of water because Mel told us to a few weeks ago. So, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I hear an inspiring story like that, or I hear someone who's made it through adversity and not only is persevering, but excelling in life, it helps me, and it encourages me, and it inspires me. Sometimes I find inspiration just from little things that people do. The other day I was at the pool, and there was a long workout that we were had to do. It was so long, as a matter of fact, that the instructor started to leave. He had finished. He had done his hour. We're still in the pool doing his workout. So I thought to myself, oh, I'm out of here. As soon as he leaves, I'm out of here. And the lady next to me, she's like, you're staying, right? And I looked over and I'm like, no, I'm going to be here half the night. And she said, but yes, but we'll finish. And won't that be a good feeling? I'm thinking, no, it won't be a good feeling. But she inspired me enough to stay in that pool. And I will tell you the truth, I did not finish that workout because it was a killer. But I stayed a lot longer than I would have, and I felt a lot better about it. The definition for inspire is to stimulate somebody to do something, or to encourage someone to greater heights in creativity, enthusiasm, or greater effort. I've never thought of myself as being particularly inspiring. However, many times people have come up to me and they said, oh, you know what, I did that because I heard you were doing it. Or I decided to run a race because you run. Or I volunteer now because you do all that volunteer stuff. I had a job one time as an accounts receivable manager. And one of the staff came into my office and she said, it is so nice to see one of us here. And I looked at her and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I found out later that there had never been a person of color in a management position in that company. So I was inspiring just by lucking into a job. You know, people have done things just simply because I have asked them to, or because I do it, or something like that. They run stupid races. Thomas, who's not here. They've gone on crazy diets because I said, hey, you know, we should all go on that grapefruit thing. Hey. They practically drowned while swimming in lakes because I thought it was a good idea and we should all go. Simply, you know, based on me saying, hey, why don't we do it? Imagine if I were to use my powers for good. So that's where you all come in today. When I went to the Toastmasters conference in May, I saw many people who have taken their talents outside of the weekly meetings and out into a wider audience. And that got me to thinking, why can't we all do that? Shouldn't that be something we're all aspiring to do? What happens after we leave Toastmasters for good? After we finish these books, after our CL, our CDL, our FDLE, whatever these books are. What happens to us after that? Sure, we become better presenters at work, or maybe we become better small talkers at parties, or even plan meetings better. But wouldn't it be better to help improve somebody's life, to help make their life better? Have we ever thought about doing that? By that, I mean inspiring people. Now, I think we all have the power to be inspirational speakers. For example, Joan, you've come up and you've told us your story about your weight loss journey, getting out, being active, learning more about nutrition. And you presented it here in an audience of people who mostly are doing that already in their lives. If you pick up a piece of toast and threw it at somebody, you probably have an 80% chance of hitting an athlete in this room. Have you ever thought about taking that message out into maybe a community center where people who don't know about nutrition or health or things like that, maybe they can benefit from your message? Or maybe presenting a seminar at the public library, the local public library. That would be such a great way to inspire other people. And Scott, there are so many stories that you have told that could inspire people. When I think of your story of being a child and growing up with parents who were distracted and an educational life that wasn't too great, but you still went to college and you excelled. You went on to have a great career in life. The first time I heard that story, my first thought was, people in group homes would love to hear this story. Because these kids, they have no one, they have no parents around or anything, and they think, oh, I'm just not going to do anything in life, I'm going to be a failure. And to hear a story like yours would help encourage them so much. And Jeremy, when I think of you and Thomas giving us all that free financial and tax advice, and it's great, because I've benefited from it too, but then I think about how helpful that would be for people who are trying to buy a home, or who know nothing about savings and investing and think that, oh no, that's just for people who are rich, or that's not me, I couldn't do that, that's just for those elitist people. That would be so great if you could take that message out to them. And Denny and Denise, you guys are so inspirational because of your union. You've been together for so long, and you've lasted so long. Could you imagine taking that out and talking to newlyweds and helping them build stronger marriages? Now, I'm not asking that all of us run out and join the speaking circuit and become inspirational speakers. I'm just saying that as we're here improving ourselves, maybe we should think about improving others as well. Thank you.